Hey guys, welcome to Downtown Tailoring. Today's video is all about darts. Let's go!
A dart is a fold you do on the fabric and sew from a wider space to a point on the same line you folded. It is a form of fabric manipulation to transform it from flat to 3D shape. Yes, the main reason you make a dart is to give shape to a garment you are making, sparing the need to cut your pattern into pieces. For example, look at this blouse. It is made with different resources to achieve shape. It has a dart coming to the bust. It's gathered on the stomach area to flatten it, leaving the bottom loose for the hips. It's make the illusion that it's loose fitting, but shows the body shape. It has pleats to allow the arms movement and pieces shaping the back.
Where darts are placed.
An obvious place that often has a dart is the bust area, but you can find darts in plenty of places of well-made clothes, like jackets, skirts, pants, etc.
Darts aren't fixed.
You can manipulate and pivot your darts as much as you want. They can come from everywhere in your pattern to the apex. The apex or dart point is where the two legs meet. The legs are the lines that will be sewn together, and the space is how much you need to take in. But, don't get confused with those terms. Many fine tailors and seamsters never heard of them before and are able to perfectly manipulate darts for real.
Pivoting the darts.
I'll drape a fast pattern to demonstrate the pivoting to you. If you want a detailed tutorial on how to pattern or drape a bodice pattern, please let me know in the comments. Right now, I don't want to divert from our themes today, the darts. This form is not meant for draping, but it's all I have because of the lack of space. And guys, most of my videos are alterations and mask making, but in fact, my expertise is in pattern making. So if you want a little bit more of that, please let me know in the comment. I would love to do that for you. There you go. I have my bodice pattern. As you can see, I did the darts at the waistline. Now I'll trace it on the paper. I'm using my trace wheel. And you see, it's all marked in my paper. Now I will just outline and cut it. What I'm gonna do, I will make a little hole in the apex of the dart so I can pivot later. So for pivoting, now I'm going to pivot the dart to the side, and I will mark 2 inches from the top, and I will mark my pattern, but this one I will mark from the beginning of the dart to the next dart that I will create on the side. So now that I have marked until this point, what I'm gonna do, I will place the point of my pencil in the apex, and then I will move my pattern until I close the dart at the bottom. And then I will just mark everything else until the mark I did at the beginning. And the space between the two marks, it will represent my dart, you see? Now I'm drawing my darts, and that's it. Because the apex in the side, when you do the darts in the side, the apex shouldn't be so close to the breast point. I will move it like a 1.5 inches, and I will mark a new dart. So let's just try this one on the form so you can see that when you pivot your darts, all the fitting is more or less the same. I will fold now my dart in the place I draw it, and then I will pin it to secure it. And let me put it on the mannequin so you can see how it fits. You see, even with the paper that is not like fabric, still you can see that the fitting is pretty good. To conclude, when you pivot your darts, it doesn't change so much the fit, it changes more the style. I'll use these little patterns to show they are made to proportion. See how I can pivot my dart all I want.
Using darts for alterations.
Well, as you can imagine by now, darts should be planned ahead when the garment is in the making. But we can also add darts to the alterations we are making. Most of the clothes of today are cut in a flat manner. See this blouse? All flat. If you put it on the mannequin, a few darts might help with the fitting. When I make the darts, I try to make them keeping the material to the grain. I will take in the size 2 And look at that. It looks so much better than it looks before. See? One side is all flat and not really good, and the other is nice and fit.
How to finish your darts.
When you are making your dart, take in count that if you draw your dart on the fabric, it will be easier to work on it.
First method, backstitching.
Fold your material and start to sew the leg from the edge or raw material. When you reach the apex, backstitch. Although I personally use this way the most, it is the least recommended because if you aren't very careful, the backstitch might pull and pucker the fabric.
2. Knotting the thread.
This style is the most recommended for daily darts. Instead of backstitching, you cut the thread leaving tails. Then you knot your tails to secure the stitch. This is very clean way, although a few more seconds to do. And then I wonder, how can I do with this much extra time if I do the backstitching? No. Okay, it's worth it.
Changing the stitch length.
In this case, you start your dart as usual and gradually decrease the length of the stitch close to 0 as you approach the apex. Warning, warning, this is not compatible with picky people as you still be worried with the knot absence. But trust me, it works very well, or so I heard, because as you might notice already, I wouldn't use this one.
Using the bobbin thread only.
This is the top-notch finish. It is recommended for sheer fabric and or decorative darts. You will unthread your top needle, then pull the thread from the bobbin and thread it right to the needle in the opposite way. Usually, thread comes from left to right, but you are gonna do right to left. Knot the bobbin thread with the top thread and pull it backward just enough to make your dart. Can you see? This is my knot, this is the top thread, and this is the bobbin thread. Now I'll sew my dart starting from the apex and finish it with my normal tacking. And look at that. Isn't it beautiful? It makes me proud each time I use this method. It's the cleanest you can get. You have to keep in mind that you have to repeat the whole process each time you are going to do a new dart. After you cut the thread, you don't have any more one thread but two. Although this is the best way, it's the one that consumes more time, so it's often reserved for the most delicate jobs.
Going backwards at the apex.
Start your dart as usual, and when you reach the apex, lift the needle down, lift the foot, rotate your material, lower your foot, and then sew backwards. Here you go. This finish is very nice, very clean. I really love it. It's my second favorite.
Contouring.
And I can't believe I haven't mentioned how you will sew the legs yet. This is very important. Usually darts are drawn like a triangle with the leg coming straight. If you understand a little bit of geometry, you can see right away that in most of these cases, darts are meant only to close the gap the material is doing.
But what everybody wants from their clothes is to have a nice fitting so they can look with the best body in the world, right? Well, it might not be possible to achieve that with the dart, but
you can sew it in a more organic way. This is called contouring. For that, you just need to slightly curve the leg towards the center of the dart. I sew almost all my darts this way, and this method is also great because it doesn't leave horrible points. As you can see, when you approach the apex, you are almost parallel to the center of the dart. For ironing the dart, it's better to use a surface that is a little bit rounded, like this one. This is the dart that I made straight, and as you can see, it's a little bit pointy, but the one that I did with the contouring is not pointy at all. See the difference? I will show you in the mannequin. Let me put it like here in the post area. I didn't do it for that, but doesn't matter. I just want you to see how the dart sits. Remember that we humans are not geometric, we are more organics. So our lines are always curved, not straight lines. That's why you don't use straight darts.
Decoration and structure using darts.
Now, I want to share with you a color that I love to make using darts. Here you go. You see how cute it is? You can make one stitch to the opposite side to create an effect, but I honestly like it like that. I use this with like many uses. I really use a lot of darts for decorative purpose. So guys, I hope that you like this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share. Bye.